Hey guys. Come. I'm driving, Miss Adams.
All systems online.
So there's a chore that we need to do before we push any deeper. And that is that, the hell? That was weird. Why are the particle effects suddenly so crazy? Because you get this kind of strange effect. I guess it was just off the lighting. Ah, never mind. So, dear Miss Adams here needs defensive measures. And whilst we do have things like gravity, torpedoes, and stuff like that, we do not have our electrical defense system, which I think has already proven to be very, very useful. So, I'm heading in this direction. Castalian ruins again. Joy of joys. And eventually we will come upon some salt. That may take us as far as bulb biome. But I think we'll be okay. So it was right next to there that the warper appeared the first time. Now whether or not I dragged it away from its original patrol route, I am not sure. But if we get teleported, you know what to do, we just gotta serpentine. Maybe they don't detect us as much if we're in our vehicles. Us. Collectively. Very much the me. So this was the base I was going to name after you, Lauren. I may still do that if you find that joke funny, and I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. But otherwise it might just be up for dismantling. I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff around here which I can just get regularly. Now that I've got hidden windshield. No offense, no offense. No one can ever replace you, Pandora's box, at least until I decide to. I mean, there's a lot of bases like that. So I'm just starting my timer. Kind of drag and drop style bases. Ah. This is gonna take us all the way there, isn't it? And this, I believe, is the Ghost Leviathan territory. Yes. Now, I don't really know what to do. If that thing was to come at me, I think the best bet is to stasis rifle it. Come, Miss Adams! I won't get bored of that in a hurry, by the way. But that thing actually came at me as I was doing the sea glide rounds. Luckily, the stasis rifle worked on it then, but it's slightly more complicated. It's going for a River Prowler instead. I'm lucky I escaped the menu today. Oh dear. These things aren't so bad, actually. They're about as hostile. In fact, they're less hostile than bone sharks. Yeah, that's the sign of one probably coming after me. La? Yeah. But Miss Adams is much faster. Where did I put my water? Oh, damn it, I left it in the other room. Alright. Well, that's fine. But I want to kind of get my, the feel of the sea moth again. It's easy to forget what's going around. Like, I've been going around the Cyclops so often that its security is starting to become maybe a little bit too familiar. And I should maybe try to expand that a little bit. And whilst the area loads in front of me. Well, that's hardly fair. Didn't that happen to me once before? Having said that, with this thing, I was... Ooh. Oh, no. Don't need... I mean, it does need repaired, but that's not going to do it. Leviathan skeletal remains. Interesting. It's like a big bird. No, that's a Reaper Leviathan. Easily. Man, that thing's skin must be stretched taut over its skull for that to be so distinctive. How am I doing? Am I safe? Weird that I couldn't do it for the Ghost Leviathan. Oh well, we definitely did check that. Right, I'm safe here, I'm safe here. I know I'm safe here. Let's read about that. Reaper Leviathan skeleton. Reapers are ill-suited to high-temperature environments, suggesting this creature was forced down into the active lava zone by conditions outside its control. The trace muscle tissues remains on the bones, indicating the specimen died in recent months. Burns and other physical damage to the skeletal structure likely became prey for something bigger. You know, when we heard the last logs from the Degassi base, with a Leviathan crashing into the base and taking it out, and Maida, knife in hand, escorting whatever Leviathan it is to the bottom. For some reason, I don't know why, people said that it's they're really, really sure it's definitely a Reaper Leviathan. And I re-listened to that. Its roar is far from conclusive. Ah, okay, that's a bone shark. We're okay. We shall get some salt, and then we shall head back down, and I shall probably grab a supply of salt. Of course, an easy access to salt, actually, is the water distillery, which certain people have been telling me forever I should have. I don't know what that is. That's up here. So let's just grab a whole bunch of salt and we'll head back down. Yeah. What the hell was I gonna say? Yes, no, I was talking about the yes, no. That's a verbal thing recently, and I'm not the only one. I've been hearing it around and like noticing a lot recently. I do not know if it's a thing which like has been around for ages, but it personally drives me crazy. Not other people saying it. I'm absolutely okay with other people saying it. I don't like saying it. For some reason, it bugs me. It's like a wasted sentence. If you're gonna say yes, don't follow it immediately afterwards by no, except in very specific circumstances. I see you there, Mr. Mesmer. Don't think I ain't noticed ya. Another Mesmer there. They're not too dangerous. You can usually shake their control. What? Unless they sneak up on you like that. Okay, where is it? Where's Miss Adams? There it is. Doo-doo-doo-doo. How much we got? Plenty, I think. Because the thing is, got polyaniline down there for days. I feel like I'm being buffeted by something. Probably not. Actually, let's find out whilst I'm in here what the blueprints are for the water distillation, because with all the death mushrooms around me, and I still don't remember their exact name. Interior modules, is it? I feel like it should be. Interior rooms, water filtration machine. And aerogel, which just needs rubies, so like I have everything else. I should make one. I mean, I know it's a drain on power, but I think we're doing okay for power down there. That is a sedentary predation style there, buddy. No, I'm gonna make one, so I don't need to stop for any more. I don't think I'm in that Reaper's patrol zone, but I'd rather not chance it. Yeah. Yes, no, I was talking about... God damn it, I did it again! I was talking about the last Degassi record. People were really sure it was a Reaper. If it was, then maybe that was it. That's Reaper skeleton, you know? Because you can kill a Reaper with... I'm actually going to nip out and grab that. You can kill a Reaper with a knife. Might take freaking ever, but if anybody who ever crash landed on this planet could, then it would be Maida. So maybe she did. I mean, it's a long way to travel, but say, for example, the Reaper crashed into the Degassi base. We know it went down further, and as far as I can tell, the only way out of that cave they were in was towards the Lost River biome. So maybe Maida survived long enough to drive the knife into the Reaper a few times. Maybe the Reaper was thrashing about enough that it got all the way to the Ghost Leviathan, which is running around there. Now, I have not seen that fight, although I would love to one day. But I'm thinking... Oh, look. You can see hidden windshield through the gaps in the world. A little bit over there. Okay, we're coming up on stuff here. I'm going to save. So, I don't think Maida would have been able to take down the Reaper with a knife alone. I don't think that's possible. And even if she did, she would have drowned. But say panicked it enough that it thrashed around enough to try and shake her off, that it wound up next to the Ghost Leviathan, which had at it, forcing it to flee. Maybe it fled all the way over here, and that's its skeleton. Uh-oh. That's less than ideal. I feel like it can't turn as sharply as I can, though, so I'm just going to beeline for it. How am I doing? Pretty good. what the... I mean, we know the lava biome is down there, but... Is it the same place, I wonder? Man, it's times like this I wish I'd brought a beacon with me. Which is definitely something that I should do when I return to the lava biome, which is probably going to be the session. I mean, I don't have a huge amount more time to record today. I'm definitely behind. I might have to actually post a couple of like side series episodes, which I actually haven't had to do yet. Ever since making that video where I was like, hey, this game's hard to record and sometimes the time gets away from you. Still true, but I've somehow managed to keep on top of it. But I still have episodes of like a couple of series, including like the conclusion to the Stanley Parable. Yeah, remember that? Gotta be careful here. I think just going under here is fairly safe. Ow. Safe-ish. Yeah, remember the Stanley Parable? It's one of my favorite series I've ever done. It's like perfect for me. Or at least it was at the time. Okay, game. Because back then I used to really review my episodes really carefully. So if you don't know the Stanley Parable, by the way, it's a wonderful satire game. It's comedic, it's weird, it's set in an environment which I really like, and I've talked about this before. Although I may have talked about it on the Stanley Parable. It's set in like an office building, which is like an insanely detailed environment. I love it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend. I mean, you can watch anybody's series on Stanley Parable, but I think I do a pretty good job with it. So I'm gonna plug myself here. I hope you don't think that's selling out. Get some limestone, I think. Why not? I'm definitely not procrastinating going down to the deeps. No, you're procrastinating going down to the deeps. Go deep already. I gotta be careful here. Stick to the top. So what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah. So I got most of the Stanley Parable done in my first run through of it, like years ago. But there was like a couple of different things that I missed, which people pointed out. So I went and I got them. I think I did everything that Stanley Parable has to offer, with the exception, and you'll know this if you played the game, of playing that goddamn baby game for 4 hours. I haven't done that. I'm gonna Google whatever the hell it is. In fact, I think I did Google it and it was anticlimactic as fuck. No 100% completionist am I. No sorry, Bobby. Ah, bugger. Bogger. I've got so much shit. Okay. Anyway, I did that. I played a couple of other games, and it was fun. It was fun to do a little bit of side series. I mean, that was like, do you remember back when I made the announcement about the new channel schedule, which I've been pretty good at keeping to. Not perfect, but pretty good. One of the things I said was like, what the hell am I doing? Oh, I need salt. Jeez. All right, so give me salt, and then I need gold, I reckon. With the frame rate like to sort itself out, please. It's probably just loading in. So hydrochloric acid, lovely. And then polyaniline. What else do I need apart from that, I wonder? So yeah, even though those episodes are super old, I might go back and release them if I need to, if I fall behind, just as a heads up. But I think we'll probably be okay. But at the same time, a wee break to do something else is occasionally kind of fun. Wiring kit, that was it. Did I already take the silver out? No, I did not. Silver. I know you're in here somewhere. I sees ya. There you go. And I was also saying that... Fuck. This is going to be a rough recording session, isn't it? Because I'm usually pretty good at, like, putting down and then picking back up trains of thought. It's not happening this time. Which is kind of unfortunate. Okay, think. You were driving the Seamoth. You were talking about the Stanley Parable. Nope. God damn it. Fuck. I'm a tangential dude. So we got this, mission accomplished. Congratulations, Miss Adams. one quick lobotomy later. I don't think that's going to be a huge amount of use, honestly. I think I'm just going to straight up replace it with the perimeter defense system. Still trying to think of what I was doing. What I was talking about. I think I was getting food. Got done a fuck there.
Vital signs stabilizing.
So, yeah, because I'm too busy picking up my train of thought, I am unable to start a new conversation. So, do you know what? I'm going to cut through a little bit of time of me just sitting here fucking pondering. So back with you in a mo. Do you know what I think it was? Do you know what I think what it was? I forgot. It was just to say, oh shit, it's about to go again. Fucking find it. It was that I done all the endings. That was basically it, yes. There are multiple endings to Stanley Parable. I'm actually, you know, I'm going to colour you down a little bit, Laura. You're a little flush there. Just give it a nice kind of slightly more sunsetty feel. There we go, it's a little warmer. Yeah, that almost, I'd achieved almost all the endings in my first run. There was like one more which was of note to do, and the other stuff was just kind of like side stuff.
Online.
So it was a weird session, you know. It was kind of like just going in and finding secrets and shit, which was fine. And yeah, that was it. It was fucking ages ago. Okay, it was about Candyland when I first did that that update video so long ago. The plan was I was going to do a bunch of stuff. I was going to try a whole plethora of games just to see, kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Because I have a pretty okay subscriber count, you know. Well, it's like 2,500, I should say. Big difference. Bye-bye. Yes, we're exploring up here. Using Laura as the weavy person going in between a bunch of branches, because I think I'll just get, if I was gonna bring the Cyclops in here, I would just get stuck. And that would not wind up being very pretty. So I'm not being followed, am I? I am, but not by anything significant. Right. Find your point again. Yeah, the scheduling update. I have a fair chunk of subscribers. The main problem with my user base is that a lot of them came for Half-Life 2, you know? And that's over, you know? Half-Life 3, for all intents, does not seem to be a thing which is happening. It does mean that when I do a Half-Life 2 mod, it tends to get some good heat, but there's not too many great ones of them. I mean, there are plenty, and I've done a fair few if you want to check them out on my channel. But I also want to try some other stuff. And Half-Life 2 I loved, but some of the reasons I loved it was that it was, you know, had an interesting story and some great action and all that's grand, but not a lot of games have that kind of really engaging story in the same way anymore. The point is, a lot of the things which I say, oh, that'd be good for a series, I'm gonna ping because I don't know where the hell I am. There's a Ghost Leviathan over there. I'm gonna just stick to the wall for now, I think. Don't get a lot of heat. And then, like, in Candyland, I think I did one game and then I started posting Subnautica. And that instantly took off, which was great. Like, I was so happy because A, I found something which worked, which means the Candyland method. I say Candyland, it's just the name I gave for trying a whole bunch of new shit. Look where I am. Okay, before we get attacked by Squidwards, which I suspect may be a thing which is about to happen, let's check where I am. CTOU, where are you? 340 meters that way. Yes, we know where we are, don't we? I'm not about to get snuck up on though, am I? Ghost Leviathan is somewhere back there. Do you know what I need? I need a little bit of blood. Oh boy. That noise is so something. Like some shit just happened. I'm like, no, thank you. Knock, knock, knock to you too. Scary ass fucking biome. Alright, let's do it. I don't know what's gonna be up here. We're just kind of exploring for the lark. He says, I hate this biome. It's... yeah. So yeah, Subnautica took off, and as a result, I have not actually explored nearly as many different styles of games for this channel, which I intended to. Which is a blessing and a curse. Here we go. Now, according to my calculations, there should be a ghost leviathan up there. But that's cool, isn't it? Look. Found this place again. Found this life pod. I don't think I missed anything over here. But there is a Squidward around, so I should be careful. It fell on its side. Well, I can see a fair bit now, so... what the hell am I looking for over here? Ah, you know what, the hell with this. I don't think it's anything, honestly. Right, so I feel like that was the conclusion I was driving towards. God, what am I gonna call this episode? The fucking tangent? Wow! Yeah, blended into the background there, so you've only yourself to blame for electric shocks. I think I may have just charged the ampule up there, so you're welcome. Okay. Right. That was just to say that, yes, I know where I was driving at towards this, because I want to talk about the Below Zero expansion pack for this game. Now, obviously, I'm gonna play it. Of course I'm gonna play it. It looks fucking awesome. And I've been deliberately not looking at stuff for it, for the most part, because I know it takes place after the events of this game. You know, which begs the question, do we escape? And if we do, why the fuck are we coming back? That's besides the point. Are you guarding anything of note over there, buddy? And early access for the game is actually opening this weekend. I'm recording this on the 26th of January. On the 30th, I believe they are unveiling early access for that game. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look down there as well. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to see. Bingo! Fucking bingo! Woohoo-hoo-hoo! Sweet. Alright, just finish that point I was making before I probably end this episode. Wow, that's close. Is that thing. God, I gotta get my shit together by next time. It's because I don't have my water in front of me, so I'm kind of like, everything's on a timer. I'm gonna run out of voice any second now. Below Zero looks amazing. But I think one of the things which made this series of mine here better was waiting until Subnautica was out of early access. It's not even in beta. I'm playing the full release. And of course, I'm not going to be ready for early access in time. I've still got tons of this game to go, and I'm not going to start Below Zero before I do that. So Below Zero will certainly be coming one of these days, but I wouldn't expect it directly after Subnautica. We'll have to see how the timing falls. Because I might like to do a couple of Half-Life 2 mods just to let those subscribers know that I haven't forgotten about them, that I know they like Half-Life 2 stuff, and I like Half-Life 2 mods as well. It's just I haven't really had time for them because Subnautica's, gathered so much steam. I don't really want to just stop it, because that's how viewers lose interest, the lack of consistency. But yeah, Half-Life 2 mod after I've been eyeing up Alchemilla, for example, or apparently this really good one came out quite recently, but unfortunately I forget the details of that. And then move on to Below Zero, but obviously I do sort of want to wait until it's in full release, but I'm willing to take advice about that. If people come to me and say, hey, it's still in beta, but it's at the end of beta, it looks like it's gonna be pretty much, this is gonna be how the full release, fucking words, Joe. This will be how the full release pretty much is, then maybe I'll do it, but there's something cool about waiting for the final version of a game before experiencing it for the first time, because I only tend to experience games the once, and I want that experience to be as pure as possible, and as blind as possible, and as complete as possible, because I think that makes the best series. It may not get the most users, but I'm missing early access anyway, so what the hell does it matter? So yeah. In the next episode, we're going to check out this bad boy. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you then.